topic sort of came to mind after I saw a tweet that basically talked about how taxing it is mentally and physically to reach the top 0.1% of players, essentially become a pro. And it wasn't the substance of the tweet, but the tone behind it that got me thinking, is this person having fun? Am I still having fun? And what role essentially is the backbone of what a video game is, right? The backbone of a game is to have fun. What role does that play when you're trying to get something greater out of it, whether it be like a career or sponsorship or whatever it may be? I think there's a point of realization that has to happen where you remember it's like a game at the end of the day, right? It's you're trying to find fun out of it while pursuing something greater. Just the tone of the tweet really felt like this person was in distress, like they were like they just weren't having fun playing the game, but it felt like a job, and I didn't like that. So I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I think wanting something more out of a game is natural sometimes, like people want to be the best. But I think sometimes you have to find your fun, if that makes sense. You have to find where your sense of joy comes from in fighting games or whatever you're passionate about, and find where that joy derives from. And for people who found their fun in competition from offline, I think this whole COVID thing has really hurt them. And I've realized that I was one of these people pretty quick, and that's sort of what spawned this YouTube channel. Most of my improvement in Street Fighter V and in fighting games as a whole has really stemmed from me losing at a local, learning from top players in my area, then going home and grinding for like an entire week just to come back and do it again. And for me, that was really fun. The competition was fun, and taking a round off of somebody I couldn't before, or maybe last week, or maybe take a game off of them, was really fuel for my fire. But once that was no longer an option, one, because I moved for college, and two, because of COVID, I had to find my fun in other ways. And for me, that was playing ranked or online against those same friends, but instead of deliberating as much with the people around me like I could when I was offline, I would just make a video and deliberate with the masses, if you will. And just getting my thoughts out about the struggle of improvement and the mental hurdles that pop up is fun. And that's really kept me playing for the most part. And I think mostly the reason why we see people not happy in their situation or happy playing the game, it kind of stems from no offline. If they played offline before and now they're forced to play online, I think it's just not as enjoyable. It's very much more impersonal. You don't know who's behind the other controller, and you can't really talk to them, right? That's sort of like my theory on why I see more tweets like this every day, like people complaining that the game feels like a job, especially people who are already sponsored who have to play the game as a job. Like I don't want to say any names, but if you watch some streams, you know that people aren't enjoying themselves. You can tell that they're playing it because they're getting paid to play it, or their sponsor needs them to play the game. I think they're just trying to hold themselves over until offline can come back. Let's talk about it from a content creator perspective, right? I remember vividly getting a comment on one of those polls I like to run where I ask you guys what you want to see, and it essentially said just post whatever you want and post whatever you think is fun and whatever you like. When I got that comment, my channel was a little smaller, and I felt like that isn't the direction that I wanted if I wanted to grow, right? For me personally, to feel fulfillment, that's what I would have done, but I instead went the other way and just took whatever was working for me and just kept doing that. I can tell you right now, whoever left that comment for me, you were 100% correct. I was just being really naive and stubborn about it. I wanted to make sure that those views were going up and that the sub count was still going up, so I wanted to abuse whatever was working. Very much valued making content that I didn't really care for as much for numbers, rather than making what really made you feel fulfilled, whatever made me fulfilled. I think this works because the energy carries over to the content that you're making. That's the sentiment behind the message that they were trying to send me, and I was, too naive to pick up on it. Now that I've been doing this for a few months, I understand what you meant, and I understand why that is what I should have been doing the whole time. Sometimes the numbers get, they sort of cloud your memory, right? They sort of cloud your brain, and you want the number to keep getting bigger. Bigger number, better person is like what you feel like. I think it really is more quality views, right? You want more quality views. You want people who interact with your content, who will talk about it, who will talk to you about it, and who really watch this stuff, right? It's not about getting the click, that +1 view, and then they leave, right? They don't watch the video, they don't absorb anything you said, and you're basically wasting your time at the end of the day. You've probably noticed that over the few months, the growth has sort of been stunted, right? There's not as many views coming in, and not as many subs, but I think the people who do sub and the people who do watch every day, you guys really enjoy what we're doing here, and I see it in the watch time. I see a lot of people getting further and further in the videos every day. I think somebody who really exemplifies like having fun while making videos, or even just playing the game, is Dota Doya, right? I talk about him a lot, but it's because I admire him a lot. I think he gets probably the most daily views in the FGC, right? He gets like 100 to 200,000 views on just DBFZ ranked videos. and it's crazy, right? He gets more views daily than any other FGC content creator, and it's not because of his gameplay. It's because you can feel the excitement, you can feel the joy and like the fun he's having through his live commentary, or like whatever he's making, right? Whatever game he's playing. If it's all an act and he's not having fun, it's a damn good job. He's doing a damn good job at masking it. He is truly the perfect example of what I think content creators at the end of the day are doing, right? That's what they want to have, is truly making a living off of what you love, and that's why I really admire him. I think every time I see one of his videos in my recommended or my sub box, it just reminds me that at the end of the day, if you enjoy something, chances are somebody out there enjoys it as well. And if you can communicate at least a fraction of that passion that you have for whatever it is you're doing, or whatever it is you're making onto your audience, there's a big chance for you. At some point, the numbers are just numbers, right? You just want to make the videos to make them and post them. It doesn't matter if one person watches them or 100 people watch it. Sometimes you just have to get things off your chest, like this video here. This is like a rant pretty much at this point. I had a loose script, but I'm going off script now. Commentary videos are like therapy to me. Like I don't go to therapy, but to just talk about what I'm experiencing in the context of fighting games, or in the context of the greater scheme, really does feel good. And it's cool to like see people in the comments who relate to the same sentiments, right? Whether, even if they don't even play fighting games, right? Even if you found this channel from some clickbait title I made that had nothing to do with fighting games, but you clicked on it, thank you for sticking around. To everyone else here who does play fighting games, thank you as well for sticking around and interacting with my content, and just hanging out with me every day that I do post. So let's talk a little bit about what I've been doing myself to keep that fun factor going in the absence of offline, and besides making the videos and editing and all that. New joy that I've sort of found in Street Fighter, and pretty much every fighting game that I'm messing with at this point, is like learning characters. I think learning characters is really fun, and learning system mechanics is fun too. But something about like doing a combo in training mode and then finally hitting it in the game, nothing really makes me feel as satisfied as that right now. For example, I played Rev 2, I think like on Steam, like a total of 30 hours or something maybe. And 25, if not more, have just been in training mode doing combos, learning more about my character. I might not even play online. I might not play online Rev 2 anytime soon, but I have a lot of fun just living that game. I have a lot of fun learning about the characters and learning about the things they can do and the combos you can do, and then maybe playing a couple online matches just trying to hit any part of the combo that I learned, not even the whole thing, just maybe a sequence of it. But my most recent joy is playing Menat, right? I have not played a single online match of Menat, but I have been trying to learn that V-trigger combo. If you don't play Street Fighter V, Menat is probably the most technical character in the game, and a very difficult and complex character to learn and play neutral, and her combo routes are pretty interesting, and you can freestyle a lot of things. She basically has way more depth than most characters do in that game, and to me that's really cool. It's really cool to be able to sit in training mode in Street Fighter V and actually practice some hard execution combos. I don't know if I'll actually play that character or what'll happen, but for now I'm just having a lot of fun learning about her and learning all of the different, things that you can do. Anyways, I think that's it for today. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing and consider leaving a like on the video. Thank you so much for watching.